Hi everyone, I am back. This is Tami. I am here to give you another word from God. This time I got a vision, and I got this vision of, I have to get right to it because I just don't have a lot of space on here, and nobody has time to listen to long messages, so I apologize for just jumping right into it. I had a vision of a man, and he was working in his yard, and he was very meticulous about his yard, and he was using his edger, like the weed whacker, and he was going around the yard so meticulous, so perfect. His lawn was perfectly cut. You could even see the rows, when they freshly cut grass. And he was just going, around everything, the tree and right along the sidewalk. Some people are so picky. I mean, my grass is overgrown on my sidewalk, but this person had it where the sidewalk is cut. The grass that has a really distinct cut line, and so he was cutting along there. And I mean, his yard, his house, his flowers, the shavings around the tree. I'm just seeing it all. It was just so immaculate and perfect. What's the word that I'm thinking of? The shavings, the mulch. Like I could see the mulch. It was like that bright orange color. It was around the trees and the flowers, and it was just so pristine and perfect. Then the Lord showed me even like more about this man. He was so fit, and then his like muscles showed, like this tone and fitness was showing. I could tell that he put a lot of time. Okay, so first of all, he put a lot of time into his house and his yard because it was immaculate. And then the Lord showed me that he put a lot of time into his body, his physique. He was very physically fit. And it takes a long time. It takes a lot of time and energy to have this type of physique. And so all of his time went into his yard, it was immaculate, the house and the yard and the grass, and the person who was doing everything to his yard, he was immaculate too, like his physique, right? So he put a lot of time and effort into looking good. And the Lord said that, do we put this type of time and effort into him, into knowing him, into doing his work, into knowing his word, into having that much faith in him? Because the amount of time that this person had put into his yard, his house, to have it so perfect, it's very time consuming. I have a home too, and believe me, mine looks tattered because I don't have time to do all these things. And I know it takes a lot of time to be physically fit, to put the time into it. And the Lord was saying that he sees a lot of people, and he showed me that vision, that people are putting all this time into their homes and their grass, pristine grass, and the edging all cut perfect, and then that person so physically fit and perfect. And he says, are we putting that kind of time and effort into knowing him, into reading his word, the Bible, into praying, into building our faith, into telling others about him, and spending time with him in our prayer life? Do we have a pristine prayer life? Like that was like what was sort of like downloaded to me, that we spend all this time on these other things. And I'm not saying don't go spend time on your house. I'm not saying that, but it is very time consuming when people have that perfectly manicured lawn and perfectly manicured plants and landscaping, and then to spend all that time on themselves, on their, the way that they look, and to build themselves up into that kind of a physique. I'm not saying it's wrong. Again, all I'm telling you is what I saw. God showed me this pristine person, and he says, do we put that much time into him? Because that is the most important thing, guys, especially we're in end times, and we need to be, using everything we have to get closer to the Lord, to get closer to God, to have that pristine relationship with him. I'm not saying don't cut your grass, because I cut my grass, but it is far